Well, we've found this new game a couple guys are working on called Horizon Journey, and they've got a demo put out. And I thought we'd kind of walk through it and show you some of the controls I found. Might help you with your time if you decide to give it a try. Um, so we'll start the journey here. They give you a couple default choices for a character, a couple feminine, a couple masculine, and a couple different suit color choices. Looks like they're working on some environment or weather. I've seen a couple other demo videos that didn't have that, but that must be something they're starting to add now. There is no tutorial, so I did try this for a little while with another character, and your movement is your typical WASD. Space bar is your jump. Control gives you a crouch. If anything is interactable or pickupable, E seems to work. And also tab seems to bring up the energy control panel anytime you're in base here. Doors automatically open, so you don't have to interact with them. R, I found out, reloads your multi-tool or rifle, so avoid hitting that till it's fully depleted, because it does burn one of your energy cells. I will bring up an inventory, and also some different crafting menus. You can look through. You have recipes for already. Middle mouse button brings up kind of an equipment wheel. Solvent choice for collecting some objects. There's a build menu. Cutter for also getting some objects, and some sort of scan option, or just going with your hands. We'll bring up the cutter, and there's kind of the multi-tool or rifle. It looks like there's an ammunition option. Doesn't seem to be in play at the moment. Maybe for future use. And I also found T. Pushing T does kind of a scan, and shows you the different materials that are out here. I did see there's some color coding to help you figure out. I don't know if they'll have visual or words later to describe the items that are there, but they are kind of color coded. And using the cutter to mine those. can see in the lower right, you've got kind of a battery level monitor down there, and also oxygen meter and health and water and food levels. Shift will let us run. If we go back in the hab module here, it will replenish our oxygen. I'm going to move some of this stuff down. I'm guessing this will be a hot bar, but it doesn't seem to function as a hot bar at the moment. But this will clear up a little bit of inventory space also. Switch to the solvent option. You can see it lights up green. Seems like all the metallic scrap type objects in the environment, you use solvent to reclaim those. Pop up on the right kind of tells us what we're picking up. It looks like you get a fair amount of materials from a small piece there. Switch back to the cutter. I did find that a couple of these turn out similar color. Magnesium is a popular one for crafting that I found is needed early on here. But that similar color, it's kind of hard to tell those apart. Brings up different minerals. Right now there's no menu adjustments for game volume or graphics. Let's start out collecting what we can here and a little bit into the crafting. Those two look the same color, but they pop up different materials. Looks like we have day and night coming into night here. Crafting, what do we have? Got some things we can make already here. Got food and water. It's automatically adding up in my hotbar there. Looks like I'm going through water and food fairly quickly. Health is staying though, nothing's happening there. So it's look at eating some food here. Eat. And that's right click there. Allows me to eat. Looks like it's maybe using up some of my thirst also eating that. But one bottle of water brings that up pretty quick. But my storage looks like it's filling up pretty quick. Let's see what we got here. We got some storage options and recipes for those. So we need to make some refined metal. I saw it up here. 8. Polymer plate. So we need 8 of those. And refined metal. Okay, we gotta go find more metal. I think that was coming from those blue rocks. Let's go. Pour some blue rocks. That gives us the ice and salt, which we need for food and water. Looks like I'll go about looking for those blue ones. Again, that's T I'm pushing that does kind of a scan. Got enough here. I think we needed 8. 8 of those. 4, 5, 6. So we need some more metal to make 2 more. There's There's our building there off in the distance. Canister again. E brings up a interact button, but my inventory's full, so I can't pick anything up yet. Should stay there. Looks like this is some sort of resource, but trying to hit E doesn't do anything. Let's see if switching to solvent. Again, it's just blue, doesn't turn green. So maybe that's future or upgraded weapon for recycling that, maybe. And middle mouse button brings up that equipment wheel. Metal here. Let's see. So, need one more metal. And we're running low on oxygen. I think I can make it back. They did give us a couple oxygen containers though, if I'm cutting it close. I think we'll make it back. Doesn't look like we have a stamina bar, so we can kind of keep running. Made it back. I think we've got enough metal. I can make that large. Yeah. So we've got 8 of each. And where's that storage container? Oh, polymer. Plate. Well, it says I've got 8. Make another one just in case here. Alright, so we've got enough. 5, chest we can build. And middle mouse scroll wheel. Rotates the object, and looks like if it's in the green, we can just set it down. And we can eat, interact. Looks like a decent amount of storage. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Looks like water and salt we use a fair amount of. Polymer we were using. Magnesium. And looks like 50 is kind of the max stack. I'm not quite sure how to interact with these, if they happen automatically or if it's something. Left or right button don't seem to do anything. Middle mouse brings me just back to this. I don't know, they did say it was very limited demo though. They just wanted us to be able to get an idea on the crafting and base building. So let's see here. Let's look at the build menu here. B for build menu. Oh. We can scroll through different habitation pieces. Q&E. And it shows us what we need. Metal plates, carbon plates, thermal plates, polymer plates. Lots of different plates. So we'll just, I think we'll escape out of there. And see what we need. Need lots of that blue for metal plates. Thermoplast. Let's go get what's in that chest inside though. Different. watching my food. Oh, let's see here. Where were we? Looks like my inventory dropped in a box. That's nice. There we go. Box disappears once you got everything. Let's see if we got everything here. I thought there was something still in that box. It's not. It's not letting me interact with it. Their tab is bringing up the power grid again at the base. No. So I'll have to come back and look at that later. But we need more of that. Those blue rocks for the metal. Fish and fertilizer. Fish. Hydrogen. So we can split it into what happened there. Looks like a start of a colony over here. Inventory's getting full. It's lit up a little nicer than my place. Maybe that's future content. Doesn't look like it's letting me in. And my oxygen's getting low, so let's see here. There. Ooh, I lost some health because of that. Got oxygen running. I believe we got a headlight. Yeah. L for headlight. It's pretty bright. Can't really interact with that. Nice. Looks like there's some more boxes here. Running low on oxygen again. Looks like planting must be an option at some point. I think we'll come back for stuff. I'm running low on oxygen. Still not coming up. Let's see what's it take to build one here. Quite a bit of stuff. Accidentally hit that R. is full. So put some items in storage. Looks like. Build venue and see how close we are. So 5 of each: carbon, polymer, thermal. Still need more of that metal. Which is those blue rocks. So I gotta eat. build that extra room now. Here. Middle mouse, build menu. B for build menu. Forgot to grab the metal sheets from here. Let's see, thermal, polymer, carbon. Build menu. Oh, but if we want to go, let's see. Glass plates. I've made the glass plates. Glass plate. There we go. Build menu. B for build menu. Does it need a corridor or is it just attach? Looks like it should just attach. So get out of the build menu. Let's see what we got. It does just attach. Well, there. Built our first room. Except I thought it was supposed to be the glass roof, but anyway. That's a little bit how it works, I guess. L toggles your light, E interacts with most things. Tab brings up your power control panel. Middle mouse button, your equipment wheel. Demo's a little rough, but just two guys getting started, and looks like it's got some potential. Thanks for checking it out.